Hello class, magandang araw sa inyong lahat. So, whatever the time it is na pinapakinggan nyo itong lecture natin for anthropological perspective of the self. So, doon sa previous chapter which is yung sociological perspective, pinag-usapan natin yung about sa society. So, now we are moving forward to the anthropological side or about the culture. Yan. Okay. So, what is anthropology? Okay, so anthropology is the study of human diversity across all times and places. So, tayo, sometimes nagkakaroon tayo ng tawag ito, misconception. So, when we say misconception, maling akala when it comes to anthropology. Okay, so disclaimer lang pala class, medyo maingay dito sa faculty. So, please bear with me. Pero I will try my best na ma-deliver yung ating lecture. Okay? So, when we say misconception, again, yun yung mga maling akala natin. So, kapag narinig yung word na anthropology, akala natin mga ano sila, basa-basa lang ng libro, ganyan, or sila yung parang mala Indiana Jones, yung mga marurumi ba tignan kasi puro lang sila adventures and nag explore lang sila sa mga dangerous na expeditions nila. Pero ang totoo niyan, ang mga anthropologists, they are scientists. So, nag-undergo sila ng training. Ang mga anthropologists, they work in different fields like for example, academe or academia. So, parang ako, I'm a instructor, professor, yan. Researchers din sila. They also work in museums as heritage preservationists sa government. Um, sa atin kasi hindi siya National Park Services. Parang nasa DSWD, yan, where they support or they study indigenous people. And sa private sector, environmental analysis, ganyan, and sa law and order, forensic anthropology, and cultural analysis. So, they collab with police and military. Okay. So, when we say anthropology again, study of humankind in all times and places. So, ang culture daw natin, tumutulong siya para mabuo ang identity natin and yung self natin. So, yung modern trend sa anthropology, ine-emphasize niya kung ano ang role ng culture kapag trinatry natin buuin yung sarili natin. At iniintindi natin yung human diversity. When we say diverse kasi, yung iba't ibang klase ng tao instead of being an stereotype. So, kapag sinabi naman nating stereotype na iiba, and also we recognize kung ano yung halaga ng sariling cultural practices natin bago tayo mag-judge ng ibang tao or mag-judge ng ibang culture. So, ang anthropology, it comes from two Greek words, anthropos, human, and logos, which means study of. So, sa anthropology, kasama dyan yung human history. Sa human history, saan ba talaga tayo nanggaling? Ano yung development natin as a human and also the evolution. Sa anthropology, we study kung ano yung present na condition. For example, yung present na society or existing, yung culture and also relationships. So, meron siyang social interaction. Also, future possibilities, ano yung mga adaptations, technological and social changes. So, ine-examine sa anthropology din yung biology, society, language, and culture. So, sa biology, we study yung human body, yung genetics and evolution. Sa society naman, how we interact, paano tayo nakikisalamuha sa iba't ibang tao, ano ang role natin sa society, and also ano yung mga institutions na pwedeng makatulong sa atin. Sa language naman, meron tayong communication. So, ano yung mga languages na yan? Ano yung mga dialects na dapat gamitin para makapag-communicate tayo sa ibang tao? And also sa culture, nasi-shape ang identity ng isang tao because of different traditions, iba't ibang paniniwala, values, and practices. Okay. So, anthropology and human interconnectedness. So, ang anthropology, ine-emphasize niya na ang mga tao daw ay merong interconnectedness or interconnection. So, when we say interconnectedness, so yung mga tao daw across the globe, ini-influensyahan nila ang isa't isa. So, in what way? So, humans influence each other across the globe sa pamamagitan ng pag-share ng culture, ng technology, yung economy, yung language, and also paano sinusolusyonan yung common problems together. So, for example, yung issue ng West Philippine Sea sa Pilipinas. So, tumutulong ang US para maresolba yung problema na yon. So, that is an example of interconnectedness. So, kapag ka interdependent naman or interdependence, okay, so sa interdependent, sabi dyan, cultures rely on one another for survival, exchange, and growth. So, papaano yan? Ang ating kultura daw, um, dumedepende yan sa isa't isa dahil meron niyang sinishare na mga ideas, yung mga practices, and ano yung mga resources na pwedeng makatulong sa society para makasurvive, makapagkaroon ng trading, and also magkaroon ng development sa richer and stronger communities. Okay? So sabi, based sa ating tawag nito, anthropologists, meron daw dalawang dimensions ang self. We have the biological and cultural. So ang mga tao daw, part sila ng animal kingdom and they evolved from earlier hominid species. So we are familiar na pag sinabi nating evolution, it comes from Charles Darwin, yung theory of evolution. And sa cultural naman, ang mga tao daw merong iba't ibang unique ways kung papaano i-organize ang society, magkaroon ng meaning, and also passing down yung knowledge. So when we say passing down ng knowledge, it is about paano natin ipapasa yung tradition to another generation. So sa biological understanding of the self naman, uh, ayan, humans are an animal species na nag-underwent ng evolution based yan kay Charles Darwin. So, we share yung traits with other animals, especially sa mga unggoy or apes. Yung evolutionary, nagkakaroon na advancements dahil meron tayong larger or more complex brains. So, billions of neurons ang kinocompose ng brains natin and yung paano tayo nakaka-adapt or survive sa iba't ibang environment. So, advantage natin yan as humans sa doon sa ating biological understanding of the self. So, bakit superior or mas lamang ang humans kaysa sa animals? Unang-una, sa physical aspect. So, tayong mga tao, mas malaki ang brain capacity natin. So, we are able to rationalize, makakapag reason out tayo, um, tawag nito, critical thinking, logical reasoning. We are able to solve problems and create technology. So, also, ang mga tao, they can stand up straight or what we call bipedalism. And we are allowed for better mobility and efficient task accomplishment. So dahil tayo yung nakakatayo, mas madali tayong makagalaw unlike sa mga animals. Sa social aspect naman, humans use language and symbols. So sa social aspects, by using language and symbols, we are able to communicate. While animals, hindi sila kasi gumagamit ng language but they use sounds. Pero mas advanced yung sa atin kasi ang tawag nito, yung language natin, merong parang prosesong sinusundan. It is systematic. So, sa communication, para mag-survive, it allows preservation of history, transmission of knowledge, development of culture, and expression of abstract ideas. Okay? So, ang culture daw natin, I mean, yung identity natin is nahuhubog siya base sa ating paniniwala, ano yung mga practices natin, traditions, and values. Okay, so paano nahuhubog ng culture ang self? So we have three. Una, we have the enculturation. So sa enculturation, ang process of learning one's culture through observation, imitation, and participation. Okay. So sa enculturation, di ba sabi diyan, we learn through observation, imitation, and participation. So example, um, ang isang bata, pinag-aaralan niyang gumalang by saying po and opo para magpakita ng respect sa mas nakakatanda sa kanya. Or we celebrate fiestas and simbang gabi for the Catholics because family and community pass on the tradition. Ang sinasabi lang dito, we pass yung beliefs natin and values to the next generation para ma-preserve yung culture. Sa socialization naman, ito yung process kung papaano tayo mag-behave and mag-interact sa society. Okay, so involved dyan ang family, yung peers, and traditions. So example, ang isang estudyante natututo siya sa classroom at natututo siya sa classroom rules like ano ba example ng rules natin? Like raising their hand kapag ka gustong mag-recite or before speaking. Okay. Or a teenager, nagkakaroon siya ng adjustment sa mga kaibigan niya, like wearing kung ano yung nasa uso or ano yung mga slang na ginagamit. So that is socialization. Sa language and symbols naman, ito yung way kung paano magko-communicate ang mga tao and express yung culture. Example, pag pag nagsasalita tayo ng Filipino and English or local dialects like Cebuano, Ilocano, and Kapampangan. Okay, so 'di ba ang nasa isang society na puro Bisaya, they only understand yung Bisaya. So kapag taga Zamboanga ka, Chavacano naman. Kapag yan sa Region 1, Ilocos Region, we only understand um, when we are speaking Ilocano or Pangasinan. Yan. So ano nga ba ang Filipino cultural values natin? So these are some of the examples. We have bihiya, pakikisama, utang na loob, bayanihan, and respect for elders. So marami pa tayong Filipino cultural values, and as we go along with our subject, madadaanan natin siya. Okay, so the concept of anthropology is about our culture, sabi ko kanina. So, culture, ito yung system. So, when we say system, may process. System of human thought and behavior. So, kasama dito yung customs, traditions, yan, mga beliefs, yan, mga batas natin. And it is a set of unwritten norms. Ano ba yung unwritten norms? When we say norms kasi, ano yung normal na nangyayari sa society? But culture is unwritten. Okay, so hindi, tawag nito, hindi siya parang pinlano, kundi parang yan na yung nakasanayan natin, kaya siya unwritten norms. And we use symbols to represent and communicate yung ating culture. So, paano yan? We use, for example, to show our patriotism, we put our right hand on our chest to give respect to our Philippine flag. Ganun siya. So, kapag nakita yung Philippine flag or kapag nakita na yung kamay na, yung right hand is nasa dibdib, it represents our culture. Okay, so, we have two types of culture. We have the material culture and the non-material culture. Just remember class, pag material culture, physical objects. Kapag sa non-material, hindi siya tangible or hindi siya nakikita. Uh, it is more on values. Yan, traditions. Yan. So, sa non-material culture dito sa Philippines, ang example is jeep. Diba walang jeep sa ibang bansa? Yan. And pinakbet, adobo, yan, kilala tayo dyan. So, yun ang material culture ng Philippines. Kapag ka non-material culture naman, so intangible, sabi ko ulit, and kasama dyan yung mga morals, yung mga language. Yan. Ano nga example niyan? Una, yung Bisaya. Wala namang Bisaya sa ibang bansa. At least merong Filipino na nandoon. Or pagmamano. And also, yung bayanihan, wala din yan sa ibang bansa. So, those are the examples of non-material culture. Okay, so that ends our discussion for lesson 3, and we will be moving on with lesson 4, which is the psychological perspective of the self. So thank you, class. Bye-bye.